Okay, this is the review for the quiz on the introduction to proofs and triangle relationships and theorems. Okay? So, number one, complete this proof. We're given that mn equals 3x minus 1. I'm just going to label that. And we're given that np equals x plus 2. And then the entire segment mp is 33. I'm not going to label that. I'll just label these two. Okay? So I'm given three pieces of information. That's going to be statement 1, and reason 1 is going to be it was given to me. So mn equals 3x minus 1. np equals x plus 2. And then mp equals 33. Reason because it was given. Then I'm given that reason 2 is we have to use the segment addition postulate. That means you add up all the small segments and you say it equals the entire segment. So mn plus np equals mp. Then we're going to use the substitution property. I'm going to substitute mn with 3x minus 1. I'll substitute x plus 2 for np. And it equals mp, which we're given as 33. And now we have a couple different ways we can go about this proof. We have to eventually prove that mn equals 23. So my next step, I'm going to combine like terms. I'll combine the 3x and the 1x to get 4x. I'll combine the negative 1 and the 2 to get plus 1 equals 33. And whenever you combine like terms, you're going to write simplifying. Then I'm going to subtract 1 on each side. I'm solving for x right now. I'm going to subtract 1 on each side. I'll get 4x equals 32, and that is the subtraction property of equality. Then I'll divide by 4, and I'll get x equals 8. That was the division property of equality. And now if you look at step 7, I'm saying mn equals 3 times 8 minus 1. Now above we had mn equals 3x minus 1. So what they're doing in step 7 is they are replacing the x with an 8, because we know x equals 8 from step 6. So that is called the substitution property. Now we're going to clean that up. 3 times 8 is 24, minus 1 is 23. So mn equals 23. I called that simplifying. Okay, number 2, another proof. Given that the measure of angle PQR is 9x plus 8, let's label that. This is 9x plus 8. The measure of angle RQS is 15x minus 5. Let's label that. And the measure of angle PQS equals 75. So I'm not going to label that. That's the entire thing. Okay? But let me copy down the 3 pieces of given information for statement 1. Reason 1 will be because it's given. So I'll say, I'm just going to copy down the 3 given informations right here. Okay, reason 2, we have to figure that out. But statement 2 says the measure of angle PQR, that small angle, plus the measure of angle RQS, this other small angle, equals the measure of angle PQS, the entire angle. So that's called the angle addition postulate. Then we're going to use the substitution property for statement 3. So I'm going to replace PQR with 9x plus 8. I'll replace RQS with 15x minus 5. And I'll replace PQS with 75. Substitution property. Now we're trying to solve for x, so I'm going to combine like terms. I'll combine the 9x and the 15x to get 24x I'll combine the 8 and the negative 5 to get plus 3. That's going to equal 75. And whenever you combine like terms, it's called simplifying. Now I'll subtract 3 on each side to get 24x equals 72. Subtraction property of equality. And I'll divide each side by 24 to get x equals 3. Division property of equality. Then if you look at PQS, we're given that, RQS is 15x minus 5. So we are replacing the x with 3 because x equals 3 from step 6. That's called substitution property. And then you combine like terms. You simplify. 15 times 3 is 45. Minus 5 is 40 degrees. Okay. Number 3, find the measure of angle K. Triangle angle sum theorem. All the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So I do this. 45 plus 50 is 95. Subtract 95. Measure of angle K equals 85 degrees. Find the measure of angle A. Same thing, but now we have algebra. So I'm going to add up the 3 angles. 3x plus 2 plus 5x plus 130 equals 180. We have to find what x is first, then we can just substitute it in and get the measure of angle A. Okay, so we're solving for x. Let's combine like terms. 8x plus 132. Subtract 132. 8x equals 48. Means x equals 6. And now we can find the measure of angle A, because we know the measure of angle A in the diagram equals 3x plus 2. And we just got that x is 6. So 3 times 6 plus 2. So 20 degrees. Five and 6, find the measure of the angle indicated. We're going to use the we're going to use the exterior angle theorem. This angle right here, the measure of angle NST, equals the sum of its 2 remote interior angles. This is from lesson 4. So it equals 49 plus 29. 49 plus 20. So measure of angle NST equals 69 degrees. Same thing for number 6, but this time you're solving for one of the remote interior angles. So I'm going to say 138 degrees equals 30 degrees plus the measure of angles, DCB, I'll call it. So subtract 30 on each side, and you get 108. Okay. So 5 and 6, that's the same theorem, but this time you solve for the exterior angle. This time you solve for one of the remote interior angles. Order the sides of each triangle from shortest to longest, okay? Well, first of all, you need to get this angle. All the angles add up to 180 degrees. So if I do 180 minus 73 minus 39, it gives me 68 degrees for the missing angle. So this missing angle is 68 degrees. And the shortest side is across from the smallest angle. So 39 is the smallest angle. So the shortest side will be across from that. It'll be AC. The medium size angle is 68. So the medium length side is across from that, which is BC. And then the longest side is across from the biggest angle. So this is the biggest angle. So the longest side is AB. Number 8, the opposite direction, order the angles from smallest to largest. So the smallest angle is across from the smallest side. So this is the smallest side. So the smallest angle will be angle H. The medium length side is 11. So the medium angle will be across from that, angle G. And the biggest side is 18. So the biggest angle is across from that, which is angle F. State if the three numbers can be the measures of the sides of a triangle. Show your work to receive full credit. So what you have to do is you have to add up the two smallest sides and see if it's bigger than the third side. So for example, if we do 7 plus 9, is that bigger than 10? Yes, it is. So I know the answer is yes, because I chose the two smallest sides over here. But let me just show you that it works with the other two sides too. So if I do 7 plus 10, is that greater than 9? Yes. And if I do 9 plus 10, is that greater than 7? It sure is. So since they're all true, the answer is yes. And number 10, if we do 11 plus 12, is that greater than 24? No, it's not. It's only 23. It's not greater than 24. So it means no, a triangle cannot have those sides. And that is the end of that. That was the quiz review on introduction to proofs and triangle relationships and theorems.